Welcome back to New Rockstars News, everyone. Today we are talking about Suicide Squad 2. Believe it or not, with the big news that Guardians of the Galaxy writer-director James Gunn has signed on. We'll also talk about Glass, the new trailer, the live-action Aladdin movie trailer, some other stuff. And a special note, everyone, this is the 1-year anniversary of New Rockstars News.
Looks like we made it.
We'd have to pay for the rights to that song.
I made that song up.
Yeah. We've definitely come a long way since then. We changed the name of the show.
Yes.
Some of us has changed our names
because of a cease and desist.
Yeah, because of
Fun
cease
fact.
and desist. Yeah. I just went by Gaga for a bit and then I stopped.
Received a cease and desist.
Didn't know she existed. But I just want to say what a pleasure it's been nerding out with some combination of the three of you once a week for the past year. You guys are my favorites. And to celebrate at the end of the show, we're going to drink that.
Sam, hand it over. We can't see it.
This thing. Oh boy.
Poppin' bottles.
Yeah, it's
that looks sad.
Filup,
This
what is
thing
this?
right here. All right. I don't know if you can see this. You might have to punch in later.
Ooh.
This is the most elegant, most rare bottle of champagne you can find. That is because it is Mountain Dew Baja Blast. You think it's only available at Taco Bell, and it is because they have an exclusive deal, except we have a bottle of a champagne version right here. We've been waiting for the 1 year mark to crack it.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Steve Zaragoza gave this to me on the last day of SourceFed. And look where we came now, and look where Steve is now. No, I'm kidding. No, thank you, Steve, so much. We couldn't have done it without you. Also, more fun fact, I think it expired 18 months ago.
Cool.
But we'll be drinking it at the end of the show. Let's see how we react.
down.
It would have been expired if we cracked it on our debut episode. Why do we have this?
Yeah. Oh, Steve gave me poison.
I feel like if this is like
That's how he
Mountain
gets ya.
Dew as champagne, where are like the gold fleck Dorito chips to go with it?
Devin?
Next year.
Devin?
Give us
2
some
year
flavors.
I
anniversary.
don't mean to sound ungrateful.
All right, well, stick around for the end of the episode when we'll do that. And of course, I'm Erik Voss. Joining me here at the table are Sam Bashor, Filup, Molina, and Maude, Garrett.
Hello.
Welcome back, guys. And let's
to be
10
back.
more years of this.
Yeah.
It's a commemorative 2016 bottle.
Yeah.
Confirmed. It went bad in March 2017.
What were you doing in 2016?
He wasn't born yet.
Let's take a look.
And we're back. Let's get started with our top story this week. Okay, let's talk about this. James Gunn joining Suicide Squad 2. It is confirmed that he will be writing the film and that it'll be a completely fresh take on the franchise. Take that as you will. So far, no word on whether he'll be directing. Quick reminder, James Gunn was let go from directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. They will use his script for that movie. He posted some offensive tweets that he had deleted, and then everyone freaked out over it, and then he got fired. So he's a free agent, and Warner Brothers picked him up. Interestingly, the original director and writers of Suicide Squad 2 had already finished a script, but it turned out, I guess, to be pretty close to the upcoming Birds of Prey movie.
So they scratched it.
So maybe, they were already looking for like a new direction to go with it. Both Suicide Squad and the Guardians movies feature ragtag ensembles trying to save the world for one reason or another. They're,
Aliens.
redemption tales have a lot of fun with music.
Dirty Dozen story, basically.
So you can kind of see how this would be a great fit. Suicide Squad director David Ayer actually gave his blessing on Twitter, and Dave Bautista, Drax himself, wants in. What do you guys think?
Yes, best news that could have happened to Suicide Squad by far. In fact, I was a little upset about it because it feels like a demotion a little bit, where it's like maybe if he had gotten Justice League after Guardians, then it'd be like, oh, he could fix Justice League, and it's kind of a promotion. But that said, Suicide Squad had a lot of potential, and it had some issues, and specifically it was that thing where they like tried to make it a music video and a movie at the same time.
Yeah.
And who's the only person we know who did a good job of doing that
Successfully.
exact same thing? James Gunn. It's a perfect fit. I'm super excited for it now.
He's 100% like the plug that's gonna fit in the sinking ship. But I actually am more excited about Suicide Squad now. When they say he's going to go in a completely new direction, that's just like the nicest, subtlest way to say nothing like what you saw the first time. I do wonder, though, how much he's going to borrow from his writing styles with Guardians of the Galaxy, because, the foundations are very, very similar when you think about it. And I kind of am now scared of Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
What's that?
Because
gonna be
it's very,
Suicide
very
Squad.
similar to what Suicide Squad 2 was going to be.
Yeah.
How similar? It's
Similar enough to scratch it and
Yeah,
start
the
again.
entire thing.
Yeah.
I honestly, Dave Bautista, when he said he sounded interested, I'm like, okay, this could be fun. Like there's a lot of characters he could be. It sounds interesting. But I am excited because I like James Gunn, and this seems like if you were to correct Suicide Squad and what they've done, he seems like a good guy to do it. But also, it feels weird. It feel like there's no way. I don't know how I could watch this movie without having like all this weird baggage that's attached to it now. Like there's so much going into this movie, not just with Suicide Squad or James Gunn. It's a big combination of everything. And wait till the cast gets announced, because if they're going in a new direction, that's no confirmation that any of the actors from Suicide Squad are coming back. Like so.
Surely they've signed a deal.
Maybe Margot Robbie, probably Will Smith, but besides that, I mean, that's the only people we care about. So actually, never mind. Probably fine.
Jay Hernandez.
I hope they do go. It sounds like he is looking at recasting, and I wouldn't even. I mean, as much as I like Margot Robbie in the movie, I wouldn't mind if he does a completely fresh take, completely new actors taking over every role.
Really?
Because as good as I think Margot Robbie was in that role, I didn't see a lot of chemistry between cast members in that movie.
She did sign on for Birds of Prey and her movie and the Joker Harley movie and. Probably like
recast
9
them
other
all.
ones.
Yeah. But no, I agree with what you're saying, where it's like the excitement of a new version. But actually, I used to feel that way until Thor Ragnarok. Honestly, was like, you can totally remake the same person, and the actor wants to flex different muscles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she
that's
could
fair.
do a whole different version.
Yeah.
Hold on, with or without Leto?
Oh, no, without. You don't need to do that. Don't do that.
I don't think the Joker needs to be in the story at all. Like the Suicide Squad, it's not.
I think it'd be better if he
weird to
wasn't
put
in
him
the
in
story,
it.
honestly. One quick thing, just a concern. I don't know if you guys want to discuss it, but just the one thing this suddenly reminded me of is a little bit of Joss Whedon taking over Justice League, where it's like the comedic director is going to come in and make it fun and lively, and taking over for the more dark, serious director. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, that didn't work.
Well, and that's what a lot of people are saying, right? They're like, oh, it's Warner Brothers once again trying to say, hey, Marvel, we got your guy, and we're gonna like give him.
And
what
if you want him back, you've got to give us the idea of how to make a good movie.
Yeah, please. Yeah, but I think
like the movies.
It's very different situations, right? Like in Zack Snyder's case, he had to take like basically family leave, and then Joss Whedon had to take over a movie that had mostly been shot,
Right.
as opposed to starting from square one with a new script.
So much better, actually.
Yeah, that's the way it should be done.
RIP though, Todd Stashwick, David Barkatz, the people who previously had written the script already, and also probably Gavin O'Connor, the director, is probably out too, is my guess. Honestly,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I mean, in the writer's case, I assume they got paid
To do a job.
sure, of course.
right?
Yeah.
They'll hopefully get more work from it. Now, just to throw in a bit of drama, BatmanNews.com pointed out that James Gunn has gone after Jared Leto in the past, and our favorite Joker, right? In 2012, Gunn tweeted, "Driving home from Vegas, trading stories about what a dick Jared Leto is." And then just a few months ago, he joined Dylan Sprouse in slamming the actor for going after young girls again on Twitter. Any chance you guys think this fresh take might have a different actor, or would DC want to avoid bringing up this drama on Twitter?
Well, they're not going to put it in the commercials from the two people who hate each other.
I don't think so. You won't see any Joker, and definitely not Jared.
That's
I
my
think
guess.
it's even
Especially,
more
honestly, it's oversaturated, right? Immediately, because
Joaquin
we have
Phoenix.
other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He does a good job with D-listers, with characters that you don't know. So just use some characters that you don't know. Easy peasy. Fill it out. Do another El Diablo. No one knew who that was, and he was fine.
I didn't mind his story.
I didn't mind it either, but like pick characters like
It was
that.
haunting.
Yeah. And I think as much as we like to talk about, I think most people who go watch these movies are not aware of like the drama, the personal drama going on with the actors and the directors' careers and things like that. And that's my whole thing when it comes to James Gunn. I think everything has been overblown with this.
Yeah.
And I think Disney might have overreacted a bit, because I think if they just let it blow over,
They're doing
people
it
will forget that
again.
James Gunn is doing it.
again.
Yeah.
God,
People are
everyone, if you
overreacting
work
again,
at Disney,
you know?
delete your feed, delete your timeline, delete
Yeah,
everything,
delete
and
your
never
It's
tweet
just
again.
Brave new world that we live in. But let's move on to our trivia question this week, right?
Ooh,
Okay, so,
the blue bucket.
the blue
What did you say?
bucket.
Huh?
Like it
What did you
passed
mean?
I'm gonna
these
win.
out.
I thought you said Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. What did I say?
He just woke up. Did I miss a happy Halloween?
Okay, here's our question. This seems like a toughie. Aside
great.
from award shows, Suicide Squad star Margot Robbie and Guardians of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt have two shared credits. Name at least one. And looks like all of our answers are in the famous blue bucket here. As always, the winner of our trivia question will get our reader goodbyes. The loser will have to join the Gift of Shame Club. I think we're all members of it now.
Shame.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shame.
Shame. You guys know
Shame.
I love it. But let's move on to some other news. Sam, what did you see this
Please.
week?
And thank you all. Last night, I was able to take a little peep at a teaser, the very first teaser for the next live-action Disney movie, Aladdin. And I'm going to do one of my signature little baby breakdowns, starting with this first little image. Let's take a little peek on the television. Let's take a look. Oh, in the background, you'll notice Agrabah. That's the
sand.
setting. That is sand. That's real CGI sand. One of the benefits of a live-action Aladdin movie. Buckle up, kids. This breakdown's about to get crazy. But no, you can see Agrabah in the background, and immediately you kind of get a little feel for that this movie doesn't feel as magical as the animated movie. Because as soon as like Agrabah shows up in the animated movie, it seems like this magical oasis, and then this, it's like, it's a city.
Little baby hot takes breakdown.
I've definitely seen this from Attack of the Clones, by the way, guys.
There you go.
Like,
Same
copy,
setting. They
paste.
saved a lot of money since they bought Star Wars.
Yeah,
sand.
Erik said that Finn should pop up right from the bottom.
Your French horns over sand, that is Star Wars, right? There's only
Just see
one.
But even-
Rey
I'm sorry, but
sledding down from a...
The buildings look like Naboo. No,
Interesting.
just me.
What next,
Good.
Sam?
Let's go to our next image here. We'll see one of our iconic characters from the Aladdin tale, Iago. He actually looks pretty good. He is a parrot. It's great still. He's flying. He's flying over there in the corner.
Do we know who's voicing him?
As of right now, of me talking, no.
Let's take our quick guesses. Who has the most annoying voice in comedy?
John. Oh, it is
John.
John.
No, he's doing Zazu. Yeah.
Zazu.
Do Iago.
Yeah.
all
Who's the
Disney versions.
Kathy Griffin?
Gilbert Godfrey
Sites.
is not working too much right now. He might come back.
I just don't hear anyone else except him. And did you guys see that gorgeous documentary about the group that gets together? It was about a guy who has autism and he can only really learn through Disney movies.
Oh,
and he has a
wow.
Disney club. And
Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey. He went to, and he
Gil
did a
Godfrey.
reading for them all
Oh,
at the
good.
Disney.
Oh God!
group.
What torture! He read the whole thing.
But they were eating it up because it was him. It was a god.
Jasmine.
It's very sweet. It's very, very sweet.
You mean I'm free?
Let's take a look at the next image here. Right up the bat, you'll see in the front of the Cave of Wonders. It's your.
I liked this.
I liked it, but where it's not going to be talking. It's just going to be a Bane voice coming out of a hole in the mountain,
Shout
which
out to
is
all
still
Leos.
Does he have a mane? Is that a lion now?
fun. How
Yeah.
fun is that?
Tigers don't have manes.
How
Lions
fun
Has
is that?
mouse ears.
But the main reason I wanted to point this
The
out is
main
because
reason.
we get our first look at our main villain for the movie. Can you guess who it is? Of course, it's Jafar.
Jafari.
Scar.
It's Scar.
Near Jafar.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Oh, he's
Oh,
standing
he might
right
not
there.
talk. Oh, because it's real.
Interesting. Because it's there's still a genie in a flying carpet.
Yeah. The genie.
I have to second your note that it shouldn't be a lion because lions and tigers, they were definitely in different
They're
areas
places.
of the world.
Oh
If it's
my.
lion, you wouldn't be able to trust a word it says.
Fart sound.
That was brilliant.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
These little
Next
baby
image.
breakdowns.
Off the
This
rails.
is the last little baby breakdown we're ever doing.
No, this is a great one. Jafar, he's over there. Let's go to the next image. It's right there in the front. You almost missed him. And this is the last image anyways. It's of Aladdin reaching for Genie's lamp. And I like Genie's lamp. I like the way that they brought it to life. But I also want to mention you can see in the Cave of Wonders it's filled with a treasure that we're all familiar with. Of course, Aladdin doesn't even grab one thing out of that room except for the lamp, which I would have at least grabbed like 5 coins. But that's me.
There's a coin right on the edge there.
Yeah.
There, how did it
Tip
get
over.
there? But
Who's that standing down there next to him?
that would be a rock.
Yeah.
The Rock?
That is a rock.
Dwayne
The
Johnson.
person standing.
It's
I
a-
heard
it
it
could be a
here.
little statuette.
It could, yeah, but this scene famously, it's him by himself, and we're gonna get the first introduction of him with Genie. Hopefully, we'll get a great song from Will
Were
Smith.
Yeah.
pinstripes in that
There-
era?
I have. It looks like a baseball shirt. I'm very curious to
He's a
see.
good Bambino.
I'm very curious to see how Aladdin's costume
Ghost Babe Ruth that
from
came
the
out of
animated
closet.
series comes to life.
The whole
in this.
production value is very interesting because to me this screams Aladdin on ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, where's this,
Aladdin,
like,
the California
headset
Adventure
mic?
Show.
Yeah.
I saw that one. No, it's weird because I like the details that they put into the Genie's lamp. I think that's beautiful. And
Yeah.
I do like his costume, and I like all the actors that they have on board for this movie, but a lot of the visuals that made it really cool to watch as a kid brought to life, at least the way that Guy Ritchie and his team have chosen to bring this to life, it's a little disappointing, but again, this is just a teaser. We got
Yeah,
like
we don't know
15
anything,
seconds.
guys. Little baby tease.
Things could change. Hey, in Venom, they redid all the audio, so they said symbiote right. But so anything could happen.
Yeah.
Did
Thinking.
they?
Yes,
Did
they
they
did.
actually
They
not
fixed
commit
it.
to their error and like try to convince
Yeah.
everyone else that it was wrong the whole time?
They
fixed
Yeah, they
Damn
said
it.
Simba Oats, right?
Yeah. They just
Simba
said
Oats.
it's a GIF.
Yeah.
Great. These
Great.
are
This
the
is
little
a
hateful
slam dunk.
hater baby breakdown.
I know I'm being negative. I am excited for this movie, like I said, and I want to see what Will Smith does with the genie role. And I think that's the reason why most people would actually want to see this movie.
Yeah.
And also, it's a weird combination of people who will see this movie. It's like people who are diehard Disney fans, and then the other people are like, what could they possibly do with this movie? Like, what could
curiosity?
Genie, yeah, like how could you make Genie like come to life in this movie? But that's me. I'm excited.
Blue
to see
Will
it.
Smith.
Yeah.
Do you remember Osmosis Jones? That's what he's gonna look like.
Do I remember it?
Cut to Eric's Halloween costume. yeah. You have his logo, like Sam has the Flash logo.
It's just Will Smith's face.
Osmosis Jones.
Yeah. All right. Guys, this week we got a trailer for M. Night Shyamalan's Glass. It's the sequel to Unbreakable and Split, and we saw the first trailer at Comic-Con. I did a breakdown of it. Go check that out. Here, I thought we'd do just a quick ittle baby breakdown of the new details I got in trailer. That's right, we got another baby breakdown coming right at you. Customary spoiler warning in case we get too good at predicting stuff. Some people were saying, like, this trailer predicted too much, but all trailers predict stuff. So that's an invalid complaint.
Not a
You're never allowed to
prediction
say
when
it
it's
again.
actual pieces of a movie.
Here we go. Well, first, let's talk about Bruce Willis's character. This is David Dunn. He has the powers of super durability and strength. He can bench press paint cans, along with the ability to touch people's hands, and he can see the bad things they've done. You remember that?
Oh, there's more to it.
He can touch people's hands, and he can bench press paint cans. That's what I remember.
What if the paint cans
Why
have
does
done a
that
bad thing?
bench press paint cans. And then the poster actually revealed this hero's name as the Overseer, and I love that name because I just think this passive hero who's like eating a big sandwich, watching his friends moving furniture, like, I'm overseeing. I don't need to help out. You're the strongest of us, David. I'm overseeing. He's sitting on the couch.
I'm glad you had that moment.
Yeah, well,
I'm glad I had it too.
No one else saw that, but
Overseeing it.
Thank you.
Now we do get a subtle nod to this power when David asks Dr. Ellie Staple in the trailer, it's Sarah Paulson's character, so you're not going to shake my hand and let me walk out of here. And then she kind of points him like, aha, nice try. He wants to shake her hand to see what horrible stuff she did, which I'm kind of curious what horrible stuff she did, because there is a theory that Dr. Staple may have powers herself, maybe
Cool.
like telepathy.
Love it.
That could be how she was able to find and imprison all these superpowered individuals and keep them in check, and she knows what their vulnerabilities are, etc.
and always like the biggest counterpart to someone who has incredible strength is to get them with the mind.
And they're
So I like
noodle.
that.
Yeah,
that's why
Professor
Juggernaut
X.
wears that helmet.
Now, we also learn how Dr. Staple controls Kevin Crumb. That's James McAvoy's character. He has 24 split personalities, including the super strong beast flash bulbs that switch his personalities. They flash, and they flash kind of like an old school TV remote that only goes up or down in one direction. Like, nope, I'm going to cycle through. Oh, God, Mom's walking in the room. Change channel. And then you can actually see these flash bulbs in his room, but you can also see them behind Dr. Staple in the community room. So, like, you can kind of see them. She brings them everywhere she goes to control them and keep them, but also to try to like trigger and see which like she can read his mind to be like, oh, I'm not talking to the right personality right now. I'm very curious to see
very
what.
sadistic.
That's interesting.
I think most interestingly, we learn more about Elijah Price's motive in this movie. This is Samuel L. Jackson as Mr. Glass. He's a bittle-boned, comic book obsessed criminal mastermind.
Brittle-boned.
Brittle-boned.
There you go.
They call me Mr.
Brittle-boned.
Glass. Brittle-boned. We hear his voiceover telling Kevin, I need your abilities to get us all out of here to show the world we exist. And he tells David, I found someone who require your full potential. You shouldn't hide in the shadows. So you can kind of see what his plan is here. It sounds like he's kind of got this Magneto from X-Men personality, maybe even Killmonger. Like, if our advancement makes us superior, why should we hide? And if you remember, in Unbreakable, Mr. Glass orchestrated several terrorist disasters. He was hoping to find a hero and like bring him out of the shadows. Sounds like he's continuing with that plan with the Beast, like unleashing a super villain on the world to force the hero, the Overseer, to like respond and
Like
rise
if Bruce
up in the
Willis was
sun.
here, I'm pretty sure he would be like, nah, don't do that again.
Making fun of him.
Yeah.
Real quick, his powers is brittle bone disease, right? Chalk bones.
And smart. And he's
But like
he's got
I know that
smarts.
they say it that it's the smarts, but in the original movie, like he wasn't insanely smart. Bruce Willis
he was extremely
beats
cunning.
him.
No, he does,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
by accident, by Elijah choosing to show who he actually is.
Yeah, it's just I feel like they're like a little bit on this character. I'm really curious how they're gonna amp up the super villain, honestly,
role he's gonna
element
play?
because if he's like we're a superior race of we're a superior race of
High
And I
five.
think that's the point. Like
Yeah.
he's the polar opposite of David Dunn in that like
Right.
he is super vulnerable. But I think the way M. Night Shyamalan kind of crafted this cinematic universe, which he didn't imagine it being a
Yeah.
cinematic universe at first, was just like, how can I ground that? So if someone had to spend all their childhood in a wheelchair, how would his mind have responded to that?
Ask
Many
James
people
McAvoy.
spend their childhoods in wheelchairs and don't turn into
Right,
supervillains.
yeah,
until-
well,
But what I
Yeah,
like about this
that's
one
true.
is that we have like a hero or anti-hero or villain, whatever way you want to call, like how you want to call them. But with all the Marvel and DC, we've seen them be so super and so holier than thou, and then, they're almost perfect and striving for that. But here we see real flaws. Like we see he's breakable with his
Yeah.
character. You see the fact that Bruce Willis was he 60 what?
Oh,
How old
God.
is he?
Yeah,
Wow,
he's
yeah.
very old.
Oh,
now.
sure, yeah.
And James
Forget.
McAvoy, like one character, one of his personalities can get you through it, but 23, one of them is like a kid,
Yeah.
So like there's so many sort of vulnerabilities and weaknesses here for them to succeed. I think that's cool.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the few times you see a villain's real motive already in the trailer. Like, I know what his goal is, and I think it's an interesting goal. Like, at the end of Unbreakable, it's fascinating, that reveal of what Mr. Glass had done and how dastardly and horrible these killings were. But I also just like the way that this movie appears to be embracing Mr. Glass's mania for comic book tropes. Like, it's almost like a meta deconstruction of these whole idea. He's got that MG Mr. Glass sigil on his, it looks like an ascot or collar, whatever that is. I thought it was a necklace, but it's just like on it. And if you look at the color palette of these trailers and this footage, it's amazing. So there's like a purple versus green color palette, with purple being the color of Mr. Glass and green being the color of David Dunn. It was there in very muted terms.
It's also Sam Jackson's color, right? It's the color that he requested that a Jedi have a lightsaber specifically. Yeah.
It's a good color.
It's so, and you can see throughout the trailer there's like imagery that's like, oh, if it's green here, this is like a heroic moment. If it's purple, this is a villainous moment. And you see that with the slow motion shot in the trailer of David unfurling his green raincoat. And it kind of looks like a superhero cape,
Love
the
it.
way it works.
Right.
So there's just some really great imagery. And also, if you just listen to it, one last little thing, you can hear remix versions of James Newton Howard's score for Unbreakable 18 years ago. It's a new composer, but this is just one of the many ways that Glass will really be a true spiritual ancestor of the Unbreakable film. They're even bringing back the same actors. They're bringing back the kid who played Bruce Willis' son to play his son in this
And
movie.
Anya Taylor-Joy's coming back
Anya
too.
Taylor-Joy's
That's very
coming
cool.
back, yeah.
Yeah.
I like, there was a one thing you mentioned in Kevin's cell. You have the lights. In David's cell, there's sprinklers all over because water is
yeah.
his vulnerability. So it's like, also like,
They
wow,
surround
that
him.
is super, like,
Wow.
that's super messed up. That, like, it's
Yeah.
not even like, that's not, I don't know what it does to him. Like, showers are fine, but like, it's super confusing. Like, and immediately you start getting like vibes that if the main therapist is like, if she does have abilities, I'm like, you would hope in this movie that you'd get a balance. That's what the first movie kind of showed, that there's a good person and there's a bad person. And with Split, you have Anya Taylor-Joy kind of being the hero, mainly just outliving everybody else. In this movie, you would kind of hope that there would be another good person that would pop out of this. But she's, the way she's setting all this up, it doesn't seem like she's a great individual.
Yeah, so you're thinking she's like maybe like Nurse Ratchet, kind of like Cuckoo's Nest
100%.
style.
Yeah, brings out the worst in everyone
And torture them and destroy them. She's literally going to break
I mean,
them.
she's
them
putting
up.
these people have powers and she's in power over them as long as they stay there. It's like a psychological thing.
I
for
don't
her,
think Anya Taylor-Joy is the hero necessarily. I think it was in the movie Split, 5 of the personalities that were confused that sided with the Beast, they're the only ones that you saw. So there's a bunch that you haven't seen. So I guess that's
there's gonna be this new one. This Mary Reynolds one is a new one. I like the little detail of like, and I pointed this out in the last trailer breakdown. He still has the scar from the shotgun blast from Anya Taylor-Joy. So they're bringing back like there's a lot of attention to detail here. That
Man, those traps
me
he
high
gets when he becomes the Beast,
I know,
and
I'm
his
looking
traps like go
at-
to
oh
his
my
ears
Lord above.
suddenly. And in this, he has a 30 pack. Yeah, it's
all those dang veins.
they put
funny,
the
the
veins in the floor.
24
reflection.
personalities. I bet Tatiana Maslany is like 24.
yeah.
I only had like 7.
Yeah, she
That
just
was
gets
an
back to
Orphan
working
Black.
out.
It was an Orphan Black reference.
Well, let us know what you think about this trailer in the comments below. And yeah, once again, go check out the trailer breakdown we did from the one from Comic-Con. There's a lot of interesting details going on. And this movie comes out January 18th. So we're
Hold on.
already going to have some big...
More hype after seeing this trailer now or less hype?
More.
hype?
More hype. It
More.
seems
This-
like it has a clear, like, I have a clear idea of what this movie's going to do.
And something that neither of the two previous films had was straight up antagonist action on superpowered levels, and this seemed like there's a lot of fight scenes, like straight up. And I'm just curious how he's going to direct those.
Yeah.
I've seen M. Night do action before in Avatar, so there's that.
No, don't.
It happened, and
It did not happen.
It did.
Alternate
No idea what
universe.
you're talking about.
I paid for a movie ticket. It happened.
Oh, I didn't. I
Take them away, boys.
watched it on a plane.
But let's move on to some other news that we heard from this week. Maude,
That's right. I got some other news for you. We got Mark Ruffalo can't shut his mouth. He went on the Tonight Show and supposedly he said the Avengers 4 title. And that's like a live audience, I'm pretty sure, during that. So what they had to do was bleep it out. And then, of course, people that actually know how to figure out technology managed to sort of undo the bleep, and they think they believe what the actual title could be. So it could be Avengers Annihilation or Avengers The Last Avenger. I prefer Annihilation. I think that that's an easier one to say because Avengers The Last Avenger, that's just you're just saying it twice.
A lot of Avengers in there.
Anyway, the whole thing could be a huge hoax, playing on the fact that Mark Ruffalo just
Yeah.
can't
I think
keep a
that's the one
secret.
I'm
Yeah, that's
describing
gotta
by
be.
where
He's
they
an
like plan to
actor.
do this.
Bless you.
He's an
Yeah.
actor, so it's kind of like building up some fun marketing and hype for it all.
I
But
hope it's the bleep sound. It's the title.
Yeah.
Avengers.
Censored in brackets.
Yeah.
It's just the noise of the heart monitor on it.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, too soon? Calm
For
down.
every person that's ever known anyone.
Oh, no, I meant for the... Anyway, hey, let's come back to...
In other news.
Yep. We kind of, because it is New Rockstars, dig a little bit into these two potentials, and the whole annihilation could be the fact that Wanda said to Vision, I looked into your head and I saw annihilation, so that could tie
Oh, in
into
Age
it.
of Ultron.
That's
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
Age of Ultron. That was a while ago. And then in the first Captain America movie, it was called Captain America, the First Avenger, and that kind of
Yeah.
like pioneered the whole thing, so it's a nice little
Sure.
closing
Yeah, yeah.
chapter, perhaps. That's all.
Yeah.
Go Team Ruffalo.
It sounds like a bit that they did. That'd be crazy if there's no way Disney would give that to a Fox or an NBC show.
Here's the thing: these shows cut around stuff all the time, and the fact that they would include it on the show is like a little suspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
NDAs for days. Next, Black Panther 2. We got the sequel happening. Ryan Coogler is officially writing and directing
Oh,
that
cool.
one.
Yeah.
Big fan of that one. Ryan Coogler has to not play Stardew Valley though, because he's obsessed with it. As I got the exclusive in my interview on Geekbone, and it went
Humble brag.
viral. Love Stardew Valley, which is literally like a sort of pixelated cute game that young girls play to farm. And I know that because I'm one of them. And then Marvel's commissioned a Dark Avengers script. Yeah, that's in the works. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a movie, but it's something that they're entertaining.
I'm paying for a script. I mean, something.
Yeah, and maybe, a team will write it, and then James Gunn will come along.
Yeah, swoop back in. Yep.
Yeah. Also, we've got a first look at Ruby Rose's Batwoman. What do we all think?
That's great.
Interesting hair.
I mean, it's super accurate to the comics, to the point where I almost felt like it could have been anybody. Like, it doesn't necessarily feel like a Ruby Rose version. I actually thought they were gonna like incorporate kind of her hairstyle a little bit more into the look. But we can all do our own takes on it because we're doing another New Rockstars contest for costumes. I should have said costume
Contest
first.
for costumes.
Contest for costumes. I hate alliteration, and I always separate it whenever I can. A contest for which to choose the bestest of the costumes. So we did one last year. We can potentially show a picture at some point if someone gets that to Devin. But what we're also going to do is that you guys can send us in costumes. But here's the catch. We're not doing just any old costume. You can't just use the one you've used 10 years in a row, Eric. Osmosis Jones. We got to do mashup costumes this year. So take one thing and take another and mash them together. And that's your costume. That's going to be our costumes that we do here on the show. That'll be on the October 26th episode of the show. So you have to send in your submissions to our Twitter, our Instagram, any of our accounts by October 24th. And we're going to pick the top 5 and feature those on our Instagram. And the number 1 we're going to put right up here, and we're going to worship you. So make sure to send the submissions in at New Rockstars on most things that matter. Mashup costume. Osmosis and Jones are not two different things that you can put together.
I guess they're just one amazing thing.
What else we got?
Yeah, last bit of news. Tom Hardy apparently had a meltdown over the Venom script at one point during filming, and he actually walked off the
What?
set. Yeah, he went full diva.
Holy-
Yeah.
And considering the fact that his favorite 40 minutes of the movie were
Yeah.
cut from the film, this isn't actually looking good for a Venom sequel because no one disrespects Tom Hardy like that.
He's been kind of a grouch in like interviews and
life.
Yeah.
I
This
don't know
movie made a lot of
personally.
money, but it doesn't mean that he's going to show up in a
At
sequel.
what
Yeah.
cost? you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd go back.
Interesting. We've
It's
done
just
that.
in.
Sam will do it.
Sam's gonna be in the new
Sam for
Venom.
Well, we got lots of Venom. We've done some Venom videos on the channel, and go check them out. But we got another really fun Venom video coming out.
Oh
next
yeah,
week,
check that out soon. Coming
it's gonna
around
be a fun
soon.
one. We're happy with it.
But now we're gonna do my favorite. I'm gonna do this one, guys. Oh man, I messed it up. The new Rockstars lightning round. And as we've done, whenever I hold these cards, we're doing it as actual lightning. So that means
Okay.
you have no time to think. You just
Okay.
gotta
Got it.
shout out your answer.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of them. Are we ready? I don't care.
Yes.
Eric, at Job Manova. Eric, I really enjoyed your breakdown of the Batman trilogy. What
thanks.
other old movies would you want to break down? The old ones. Old ones.
Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's 2001: Space Odyssey,
It's Stanley
and The
Kubrick's.
Thing. Stanley Kubrick's Doctor Strangelove.
All right, Sam. At Jeffrey Carter, do you think there are restrooms in Atlantis, or is everyone just letting it go in the water all the time?
The second option.
The way you do it. Maude, at Kenzie Hagendorn, if you were stuck in any cinematic universe, which one would you least like to be stuck in?
The first thing that came to mind was the fire swamp from Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride cinematic universe. Filup,
It's
at
the
Bianca
fire swamp.
Bozio, burgers, pizza, or burritos? Burritos, because I'm a stereotype. Sam, at B Aquaman. I hit something really hard over there.
Every
I
time!
know. What is the one piece of pop culture, comic, movie, video game, etc. that you want to see a film or TV adaptation of?
Plastic Man.
Oh, the correct answer was Saga.
Ew, no, don't do that.
Me. This is really Sam.
Hello?
Top 3 horror movies I should watch on Halloween. It follows the original Halloween and the new Halloween. Actually, I'm really excited to see it. Yeah, sure. Eric, at the SLR Tist, ever notice that in Thor Ragnarok, the fake Infinity Gauntlet was for the right hand? Also, that place settings are flat, as if they were like for stones cut in half. I need answers.
About place settings, I can't tell you about flat place setting. I have no idea what that is. I mean, it's a joke, right? It's like
Yeah.
But
It was
Yep.
Odin's Halloween
That's
costume.
what I'm telling you. Yeah, it
But
was a
the-
joke.
yep.
She said fake. Yeah.
Make me lightning round answers don't really satisfy complicated questions. Maude, at Waza HP, how do you like your coffee? And I present
My
a joke.
coffee's like I like me, flat white. Wait a second. No, yeah, the flat white is it's like a latte with more milk.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
great.
It's
Sounds delicious.
It's Australian.
Yes. We're almost done because we're going to go real fast now. Eric, at Kevin Side 07, who do you think is going to be the main composer for Star Wars after John Williams retires after Episode 9?
Chiquino.
Maude, at Oliver Morris 19, should they take a break from Star Wars filming after Episode 9?
Yes.
Okay, Philip, at Bruce Game Freak, who would you want to play Spider-Man in the Sony universe? Like a different Spider-Man in the same universe? Let's go with Tobey Maguire.
Thanks, Bruce.
Sam, at Ali Manriquez, what is your most
Ali.
embarrassing guilty pleasure?
Oh, I know.
Lightning.
Smallville.
Say it into the
Smallville
microphone.
didn't even say it in the microphone because he's not proud. Smallville
I
was
yelled
fun.
it.
And you went 3 days without talking about Smallville.
Thank you.
And that was the New Rockstars News Lightning
Thank you
Round.
for sending us all your questions. We love hearing from you guys. And we're going to move on to our trivia question that we asked earlier. We have the answer ready to go. We're going to see how close we all were and how far others were. And there we go. Okay, so just to remind you guys of what the question was and what the stakes are, first we got our gift of shame. You know how this works.
Hold
Someone's
on,
gonna
we
look
got
like
to
a
write
dum-dum.
2?
The question
movies.
required 2 answers.
Oh, I
one.
had a second one. I had to make a
go
choice.
ahead.
No, get out of
No
here.
time.
I didn't know we got to write 2.
Shame.
Okay, so the question
Good
was,
movie, though. One of my all-time favorites.
aside from award shows, Suicide Squad star Margot Robbie and Guardians of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt have 2 shared credits. Name at least one of them.
See, name at least one of them.
What do you think at least means?
At least means at the low end.
I'm blonde.
All right, I think I got
That's
what
also my
movie
favorite
you
kind of
said.
coffee.
I think I got it.
All right, so what did...
Maude wrote about time, but she meant to also say Benjamin Button. What did you say?
Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit and About Time. About Time is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh, Donald Gleason in
Philip
that. I
says
cry.
an animated film and a movie with a 2-word title.
That's,
Really?
that's the wager I'm putting
No,
out there.
wide
That's the
net
wager I'm
there.
putting out there.
Wide
Sam,
net.
no
way.
addressing the judges.
About Time and an animated movie, Peter Rabbit.
So we're basically the same. Sam wrote Wanted
he was
and
in
Magnificent
Wanted.
Seven.
Was she in that?
That's why I don't
wanted
know.
and
He's
magnificent.
wanted.
I don't
Wanted,
know.
yeah,
I
he gets
don't
hit in
know
the face
much.
with a keyboard.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember Wanted
What's
at all.
Wanted?
It's the Kirby
James
bullet one.
McAvoy.
Yeah,
Kirby
yeah.
bullet one.
We throw bullets instead of
Angelina
shooting.
Jolie and
He
Oh,
has a
the
small
Weavers.
role in it. I don't remember if she's in it or not.
Weavers
Yeah.
Tell the
Eric
Future.
thinks The Wolf of Wall Street and National Lampoon's Van Wilder.
Van Wilder. Is Chris Pratt in that? Is
I think
Margot
the-
Robbie in that?
Is
Margot
any
Robbie's probably-
big
I don't
actor
think either
besides
of them
Ryan
are.
Reynolds is in that?
Chris Pratt was in some 2000s comedy
Every
where he
white
played like a
blonde
bully
guy.
frat dude.
Chris
Yeah.
Evans, maybe?
Might have been Chris Evans was
the
in
wrong
some of
Chris.
them.
No, team movie.
I think
All
Chris
right.
Pratt was in one
What's
of
the
them,
correct
too.
answer?
Oh yeah, that.
Margot Robbie's in this
The
one.
correct answer is Lego Movie 2, which is not out yet, and an episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Those are their two credits that they shared together.
Lego Movie and Jimmy Kimmel?
No, Lego Movie.
Animated
No,
and two were
Animated and two
title?
were
a
Jimmy
movie
Kimmel.
that's not out, and then
Well, okay, I got an animated one.
TV show.
There's a trailer.
You all lost. So you'll do the gift of shame together.
Oh, that's fair.
All right. Yeah.
I said two answers.
Okay, since none of us were remotely close enough to the
Thank you,
right answer,
judges.
this is what we're gonna do. The four of us will do the gift of shame together. We'll draw something and we'll do it all in front of the blue screen and chant shame at ourselves. And the person reading the goodbyes will be our trusty editor, Devin Cleary. He's just a hand, but he's going to do our goodbyes. He's our post-production dude, and he's amazing. So yeah, but before we do that, let's open up this bad boy and have a toast. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
This expired
don't
poison
point
or whatever.
it.
Yeah, that's a projectile.
I'm gonna do it right here.
No, absolutely not.
Because it's gonna
Please
make
don't.
a mess. You make,
It's gonna make a
you
funny
spill
sound.
everything.
Dude,
All right.
every time there's something that's a trajectory or could shoot at anyone, you hit a woman.
It's,
I'm-
I was gonna say every time it's fun, but that's not what I would want. No, I don't
He
agree.
hits a woman with a projectile.
Devin,
We
take
should
care of
make
that,
that clear.
please. But actually, real quick,
I wanted to spill.
I do want to say legitimately, we started this show a year ago, and we legitimately were like, we should cancel this like a week later, and instead we did 52 weeks of it roughly, and I think we should all be very proud of that. Look how far we've come. Look how far we've come.
haven't even
Let's
started
see where we
drinking
came
yet.
from before. If you just want to see a little clip of what this show used to be like, you can't show the title because we got a cease and desist on that title. 10,050.
No, mine was closer to.
Yours was 10,050. Mine was
10,050.
10,000.
10,000.
1,000.
Mine was
1,000.
1,000. Mine was 3,770.
Sounds
The
very
real
specific.
answer is 2019.
Wow.
Which is in 2 years' time.
Look at those idiots.
Aw.
They don't know
So
anything.
happy and young.
Yeah.
He's just such a little baby.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we've
look
come a long way.
Sweaty.
Exactly the same. I don't age, so.
Well, how are we doing over there with the expired Baja
Aw, don't aim it at me.
3, 2, 1.
Oh!
I was so
Damn.
That
loud.
was
gun
way. I'm
going off.
very glad I did not do that.
Did that
on
legit put
the-
a hole in the roof?
It did one of those like bullet pinging things around the room here.
That's how off it is. That's a carbonated. That's
Our
gonna.
neighbors
I
like
stand
that.
by wanting to have done it right here.
You
Guns
would have
don't
broken
kill
a
me
light
too.
and glass.
Champagne does. Okay, well, while we get this poured here, guys,
Yeah, you guys get to pass around
I
it,
want to
yeah.
do a special gift for all you guys because it means so much to me. And because the 1 year anniversary gift in culture is something paper.
It is.
Culture.
In culture, I got you each this.
Wow.
Oh, is it
Endless-
literally?
endless
Oh, that-
paper,
no, that's
endless
yours.
possibilities.
I'll take mine, please.
It's paper. Just
Eric, this is the only
paper.
gift in 15 years of knowing each other that
it
you've
said
ever gotten
something
me.
paper. And I got you paper. And you can make anything with it. You can make a
Friends.
Yeah, I'm
That
thirsty.
show. Oh, do we already have these? Oh, here we go. We'll walk through it. Did you already sip some of this?
Nope.
Okay, remember this
Man,
is
this is a
expired.
weird way to end Friday.
18 months. Also, as we slowly get to give it shame, did you just drink it?
No.
It's like
we gotta do a
radioactive.
toast.
Yeah.
All right. To at least 18 more months.
You shook it up a little bit to get the bubbles in there.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
I'm proud of all of you. May all our dreams and all your dreams
Hey,
come true.
to 5 more years.
There you go.
You're my new rock stars. Oh.
Well,
I quit.
oh, I'm not here for these burps.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not here for this. I'm not feeling those.
Okay, I drank it and then half of it came back up straight away.
That is so tart. Oh my god.
Why would you drink more? I had the littlest baby sip.
You can't even swallow it?
You okay?
Or is it because you're wearing
You didn't even
half
have
of
any.
Femo's sip?
You just throwing a tantrum.
It's a good thing we've got all this
Erik,
paper to clean it up.
Eric, make sure I need to see you drink some.
I did take a sip.
I know.
Roll tape.
No, I'm not.
No.
Derek, drink some. Drink some. Do it. Eric.
Do it for new
Eric,
Rockstars'
Eric,
birthday
Shame.
anniversary.
Shame.
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I drank half my glass.
Oh gosh. Look, it looks like the green screen.
Stop
Bad.
drinking it.
All right. Stop
drinking it.
I'm so used to it being the mug. Let's do the gift of shame.
You guys are so gross.
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay, so the gif of shame, the thing that we have to do is you've lost your phone, repeatedly pat your clothes looking for it, and look around confused.
Got it. Devin, get over here. You gotta drink some of this if you want to do goodbyes.
This is your big moment, my man.
Find the
All
perfect
right.
caption
Make me
for
proud.
this gift.
All right.
All right, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of New Rockstars News. I want to thank our host, Sam Bashor, all the way on the left side at Sam Bashor. Maude's patting me for some reason. Erik Voss at EA Voss. Filup Molina at Fimo, and Maude Garrett at Maude Garrett. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Keep watching New Rockstars News, and I don't know where my phone is either. Did you guys see my phone?
You got FOMO. He's got FOMO.
Oh, also
Devin,
just take a
drink
sip of
it.
it.
Yay! Got it, guys.
Bye, guys.
Drink it.
Fire.
Bye.
Don't drink old soda.
Such a grandpa. Don't drink old soda.